Welcome there, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of Germany How It Is. In front of me you see 5 different beer. You may know I'm doing this channel for about 2.5 years and it's growing, and it's really interesting for me to do more and more videos about Germany and so on. But in those 2.5 years I never did a video about German beer. I get some requests about it, some people demand it, and now I finally have the time. I mean, the weather is nice, it's still 33 degrees, and yeah, as I say, 5 different types of beer, and I will drink them all and I will explain them all and tell you something about German beer in general. So guys, stay tuned and watch me when I drink my first beer. So guys, I started with the first beer. The others I keep cool, and it's a Weizen or a Hefeweizen. It means wheat beer in English translation. It's made with Hefe, that's yeast, and yeah, and you see it's a Gutmann Leichtes. I'm not a Weizen drinker. It's not my taste of beer in general. And Gutmann, it's also Franconian beer. As you know guys, I live in the state of Bavaria and I'm not Bavarian, I'm Franconian, so I only ordered or only buy Franconian beer. By the way, I will explain you more about beer in general. First of all, Franconia is well known to be a beer area. Franconia is divided into 2 areas, the Vino or wine area and the beer area. I live in the beer area. This means in the beer area of Franconia is the rate with the highest highest rates of breweries in the world. This means every village has kind of its own beer. And they're not selling it for export, you just go into the local restaurant or Gaststätte, where you can order food, local food and stuff like that, and also buy the local beer. Maybe you get it in the local supermarket, but not somewhere else in general. So first of all, you need a glass for a Weizen, because there's a lot of foam. You cannot really drink it from the glass. Other beer you can drink from the glass. I mean, it's a glass, but it needs, as you see, a special way. I see sometimes people when they put it in, it's kind of strange. You see the foam? And I'm not, you know, I don't did it quite well, because if you do it exactly and right, the beer from the Weizen will fit exactly into the glass. So I'm not I started a little bit too fast. Now you have the big foam, and this is also the reason why you drink the Weizen from a glass, because of the foam. It makes it really hard to drink it from the bottle. And inside the foam is created from the yeast, and there are 2 kinds of Weizen, a crystal Weizen and a normal Weizen. And the crystal Weizen is kind of filtered and it is more clean. It's just a different way of producing, it doesn't change anything at all. And when you put it in the glass, the last tip of it, you shake it, to create the crown of the foam. It's very popular to drink in summer. It tastes a little bit lighter, and this is a light version. It has only 3.1% of alcohol. The normal one has about between 5 and 6% of alcohol. And as I said, it's not directly my kind of beer. It don't taste bad, but the problem with the Weizen, it blow up your belly, kind of. not like normal beer, and that's why I don't like it. You cannot drink a lot of it. as far as I think, or I'm not used to it. I know some guys that can drink quite a lot of it and can drink it also really, really fast. Anyway, guys, I will enjoy now the Weizen, and then stay tuned for the next beer. Okay, guys, to the next one. And you see I put kind of a towel, a zewa around it, and it's red with water, and I put it into the ice box. It's a physical trick to when you have not that much time to cool a beer, and it makes it more fast. Yeah, physics, guys. So anyway, and I have there a glass. It's a half liter, 0.5 liter, and a beer when you order it also has the same size, also the Weizen. And this one is a Aufsetzer Premium Dunkel. It is a dark beer. Dark beer, a little bit tricky. It has a 4.7% of alcohol. It's not that much, but I have some issues with the dark beer, like with the Weizen too. When I drink dark beer, I sometimes get a headache the next day. You see, guys? And this 0.5 liter glass, we call it Seidler. When you say ein Seidler bitte, it's a half liter of beer. And of course we have the Maß, and the Maß is a 1 liter glass of beer. When you go into a pub, in a bar, something like that, in general, there are different shapes of glasses for different kind of beers, and in general it's common to have 0.3 or 0.4 liter or liter glass, but at the festivals you can either order a Seidler or a Maß, and I guess you've seen it in some of my videos. And if you wonder, there was 5 beers, guys, and it was only €4.20 with fund. You know, you have to pay 8 cent fund for each bottle. I made a video about fund, that is for the environment, that you pay some kind of extra money for the glass, and when you bring back the glass or the plastic bottles, you receive back money. For a beer glass it's 8 cent, for plastic bottle it's I think 25 cent it should be. You see, as you see, it's really, really dark. There, that's it. And you see the logo? This is from a brewery in my city, but this brewery, a pity, doesn't exist anymore. I worked for the brewery when I was back in my school days. Was nice, some extra money, some free beer, also at the festivals. But glory days. Anyway, guys, cheers. It's a little bit more my taste than the Weizen. And as I said, Franconia area is with the highest brewery rate in the world, and you know there's this purity law that keeps the beer pure, but unfortunately some people say it's the oldest law for nutrition in the world. Kind of true, but it doesn't count anymore. Still, when a brewery said and say we brew after the Reinheitsgebot, then you just have to use those pure ingredients into the beer. But today you are sort of mixed beer, you have all kinds of different beers. And yeah, as I say, how you favorite. Anyway, guys, another beer. And yeah, as I mentioned, There are different small breweries everywhere in Franconia, but also in Germany, all over. And everybody develops, if they drink beer, their own taste of beer in some way. And you know, there are some wine experts, what wine is good, and you can eat like this and that with the wine. The same is also for beer. There are some people that really well known about beer, and you can do guided tours about beer and so on. So I will drink now this beer and see you at the next beer, guys. Okay guys, the next one, it's a Kitzmann. You see the Franconian flag, and it's Fränkisch Rotbier, gebraut nach dem bayerischen Reinheitsgebot von 1516. That means brewed after the Bavarian Purity Brewery Law from 1516, and this brewery exists since 1712. So let's give it a try. It's also a little bit darker. I guess it will be a surprise for me tomorrow when I wake up. I hope not. So cheers guys, you see the color. Yeah, it tastes similar to the one before, to the Aufsesser Dunkel. This is a nice beer. I like it. So I will drink it and see you with the next beer. Just two left. But I think I will talk more after this one, because I already feel it because of the heat, and I didn't eat that much. Anyway, sorry. Anyway guys, till the next beer, yeah, cheers. This is a Keller beer. Landwehrbräu, fränkische Bierkultur erleben, gebraut nach dem deutschen Reinheitsgebot. This means Landwehrbräu. This is the name of the brewery. This is what kind of beer it is. Unfiltriert. This means it's not filtered. And then the little low, it's brewed after the German brewery law. And if you wonder guys, after I drank one beer, I clean it always with water to not mix up the flavor of the beer. Finally, something more light. As I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of the dark beer. But anyway, so you see it's not really clear. As I mentioned on the bottle, it's not filtered. That means I have all the incidents, everything what's inside the beer still in for the flavor. So let's taste it. It's nice, flushed down a little bit like water, which is good but also bad in some way. So there guys, finally the last beer. It's a Pils. Personally I prefer Pils. It's a little bit with the flavor a little bit bitter, but it's the most common beer in Germany, and yeah, I like it. With this I have a Löschzwerg. This means, as you see, a dwarf. Zwerg means dwarf, like firefighter dwarf, something like that. The impression is, if you're thirsty, you take a Löschzwerg, a small beer, it's one of the smaller ones, to drink it, to solve your thirst. Anyway guys, with this it's a little bit tricky. You have to be careful, because sometimes when I drank it, I cut myself with the metal. Not this time, so lucky me. Cheers. It's really cold. That's also what you have to be aware. There are people with different tastes of the temperature. Personally, actually, it's at the moment for me it's a little bit, you see, too cold. So there are also beer warmers that warm up the beer. Mostly older people use it. I think warm beer doesn't taste good. It's kind of strange. Anyway, maybe when I'm old I will change my taste. But if it's too cold and too icy, it's also not fresh, because then you cannot drink it in a row. But really sweet, I like it. And that's all of it. A lot of talking, as I mentioned, without a script, and blah blah blah. I don't know if you're interested in it. You will judge it anyway guys. Like ever, comments below, thumbs up if you like the video, share the video. If you have something negative to say, point out your opinion, and till the next time, cheers!